Hello everyone and welcome back to Empire Pro. Or if you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video. Today I want to discuss the career of Japanese pro wrestling's Dragon Gate megastar Shun Skywalker, a staple of Dragon Gate's roster for almost a decade. With WrestleMania weekend fast approaching, many eyes will be drawn to Skywalker, who is competing at several indie shows throughout the Vegas weekend. Therefore, fans who may be unfamiliar with Dragon Gate, and Skywalker in particular, will be introduced to the man who encapsulates everything Dragon Gate is all about. From his rookie upstart and masquerade leader to the sinister Z-Brats psychopath, this is the story of Dragon Gate's heart and soul, Shun Skywalker. Shun Watanabe, better known by his ring name Shun Skywalker, was born May 30th, 1996 in the Gifu Prefecture of Japan, with the dream of becoming a professional wrestler. Watanabe trained for his professional wrestling career in the Japanese promotion Dragon Gate's wrestling school called Dragon Gate Next, and made his debut on April 22nd, 2016 at Dragon Gate Next's Sanctuary 14.4 show in Kobe, Hyogo, Japan, graduating and performing alongside another staple of current Dragon Gate roster, Benkei. On August 21st, 2016, after Watanabe had made several dark match appearances, he would then wrestle his first televised match during the Summer Adventure Tag League tournament for Dragon Gate, when he teamed with Big R Shimizu, Takehiro Yamamura, and Kaito Ishida, as they defeated the quartet of Don Fuji, KZ, El Lindemann, and Hyo Watanabe. Shun would have a fairly standard run on the main roster, winning and losing a fair amount. He would then debut as a rookie who would work mostly on the mid-card, wearing all black gear with no particular story arc or character up to this point. But that was all part of the structured learning process in Dragon Gate and Japanese wrestling as a whole. In 2018, Shun Skywalker received his first title shot when he teamed up with Masaki Mochizuki and faced Tribe Vanguard duo of Yamato and BB Hulk for the Twin Gate Tag Team Championships, where they lost. The formation of the Mochizuki Dojo allowed Skywalker to relaunch his career, leading him to being promoted up the card and being named Rookie of the Year in 2018 and winning the Rookie Ranking Tournament in January of 2019. Skywalker's breakthrough culminated in March of 2019, where he received his first opportunity at the Open the Dream Gate Championship, before leaving Mochizuki Dojo in May in order to progress his career. From June 14th to August 31st of 2020, following the coronavirus pandemic, Shun would travel to Mexico for excursion, a common practice for most top Japanese promotions to give their dojo graduates a chance to expand their knowledge, ability, and cultural exploration. Excursions for young wrestlers can often go one of two ways, as the young talents are often led to their own devices, and it's often up to them to discover themselves and can be a make or break moment in their development or their overall career. But it's safe to say that Shun Watanabe's excursion was an overwhelming success, introducing fans to the puro lucha hybrid that was Shun Skywalker. During Skywalker's excursion, he competed in IWRG's Rey del Ring, defeating El Hijo del Canis Lupus in the final to win the tournament, showcasing his newly obtained high-flying moveset. Now, of course, if you're familiar with Dragon Gate Pro Wrestling, it, in its core essence, is predominantly junior heavyweight based, with its USP being centered around high-flying, fast-paced action fused with all the elements that make Japanese Puro so appealing, such as hard strikes, kicks, and chops. On November 3rd at Gate of Destiny, Skywalker returned to Dragon Gate and would immediately challenge Eita for the Open the Dream Gate Championship, Dragon Gate's top prize, which was already shocking enough, but to add to the excitement, Skywalker would win the match, becoming the promotion's top champion at November 15th event Kobe Puroresu Festival 2020. On December 2nd, alongside Benkei's former stablemates from Dragon Gate Generation, Dragon Dyer, Jason Lee and Kota Minoura, Skywalker announced that he had created his own stable, which would be joined by a mysterious new member on December 15th. And on that date, the stable was named Masquerade, and their new member was announced as Luchador La Estrella, with all members of the unit donning purple attire and were essentially a babyface unit upon their inception. Then on December 26th at Final Gate 2021, Hyo and SB Kento of the top heel unit RED tried to help Skywalker during his match against Kota Minoura by throwing a chair at him while the referee was down, but he refused their help and refused to use the chair as a weapon. Shortly after this, however, Skywalker removed his mask and sent it into Minoura's hands while the referee was not looking. After the referee recovered and turned around, he saw Minoura holding Skywalker's mask, and awarded Skywalker the victory by disqualification, assuming that Minoura had stolen the mask from Skywalker. This was the fans' first real glimpse at the conniving side of Shun Skywalker, with it being a precursor of what was soon to come. On January 12, 2022, Skywalker, Jason Lee and Kota Minoura lost the Open the Triangle Gate Championships against RED, with leader Aita, Hyo and Kaito Ishida defeating them. During the match, Minoura would inadvertently hit Shun Skywalker after trying to protect himself from Hyo. After the match, Hyo invited Skywalker to join RED, which he accepted. However, leader Aita and Ishida were against his addition, and Aita tried to expel Hyo from the group, leading the rest of the group to turn against him, and Skywalker would become the newest member of RED. On February 4th, the group was rebranded as Z-Brats in order to distance themselves from the concept of RED created by Aita. Shun Skywalker had finally snapped and joined the dark side, and despite his great run with Masquerade, this really needed to happen for the progression of his character. And to be honest, Shun Skywalker's gradual progression into his heel persona was, and still is, the best work of his career thus far. On May 5th at Dead or Alive 2022, Skywalker won the Open the Twin Gate Championships with his new stablemate, Diamante, defeating Dragon Dyer and Yuki Yoshioka. Diamante often acted as a right-hand man to Skywalker, and was a former staple of Aita's RED unit. On April 5th, 2023, Diamante attacked Ultimo Dragon, ripping the mask of the legendary luchador, holding it in his hand almost as a sick reward for his sacrilegious act. Afterwards, Diamante challenged Ultimo Dragon to a match for his mask. However, on May 5th at Dead or Alive, Dragon refused. 6 days later, Diamante pinned Ultimo Dragon in an 8-man tag match after Diamante removed Dragon's mask to secure the win for his team. Following the match, Ultimo Dragon continued to deny a match against Diamante, believing the match was beneath him and would ruin his legacy as a luchador. This led to Dragon being suspended indefinitely and for refusing Dragon Gate General Manager Ryo Saito's multiple attempts to book a match against Diamante, as the fans desperately wanted to see it. It was then on June 1st that Dragon Kid, Ultimo Dragon's unit mate and close personal friend, appeared and introduced a video message from Ultimo Dragon, who accepted the match against Diamante. The storyline dragged out the likes of Shun Skywalker and Strong Machine J, as well as Dragon Kid himself, and led to a 5-way mask vs mask steel cage survival match at Kobe Pro Wrestling Festival on July 2nd. At the event, in the final moments of the match, Diamante saved Skywalker from losing his mask, when he, Skywalker and Strong Machine J were the only ones left in the cage. As the objective of the match was to climb the cage and remove your mask from one of the corner poles, this would then save you from removing your mask, with the final participant being the one who would have to remove. After Natural Vibes member Strong Machine J escaped the cage, Skywalker, alone with Diamante, seemingly offered an act of gratitude towards him. It looked as though Skywalker, who had been saved by Diamante, was going to sacrifice his mask so that Diamante could escape. However, Skywalker turned on Diamante and later tied the back of his mask to the ring ropes, allowing a sick Shun Skywalker to laugh before escaping the cage, meaning Diamante had lost. He'd been betrayed by his best and close personal friend and was forced to remove his mask. Faced with the proposition of either removing his mask to halt Skywalker's progress up the cage, or deal with the crushing defeat and subsequent unmasking, Diamante chose the latter, and Skywalker left the cage, leading Diamante to lose the match and being forced to reveal his real name, Luis Mante, and being forced to reveal his face. Diamante broke down in tears, taking off his mask in shame to a stunned audience. The moment of Diamante's unmasking should have been a celebratory one. However, the way it occurred made many fans, including myself, feel for Diamante. I mean, he'd just been betrayed by his leader, and in a show of respect and sportsmanship, Ultimo Dragon consoled Diamante, seeing how upset he was at both the betrayal and the shame of unmasking. Shun Skywalker, quite elegantly put, ascended into madness, rather than descended. He became one of the most despicable heels in all of pro wrestling, and quite frankly, I'm here for it. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please hit the like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell for post notifications. I have more video essays in the pipeline, so be sure to look out for those coming soon. But that's it from me. Until next time, Empire out.